Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy NeoXO, and today I'm gonna be covering Black Clover chapter 244. So in this chapter, it begins off with Asta facing off with Dante, where it ended in the last chapter, and Asta manages to get a scratch onto Dante, and Dante does not like that at all. So he's like, you know what, I'm gonna have to get my hands dirty for this. So he got his hands a little dirty, so he put up the sets and he start punching Asta. He just start beating up Asta with his bare hands, and he just hitting him hard, and you could tell he's hitting him hard because of the faces Asta makes. He's just hitting him hard, and he's hitting him with a barrage of punches. Like, he not letting up. He is just like going off on Asta. And then it cuts to Gauche and Gray. So this chapter is really focused around Gray a lot, and it puts you in the feels. So pretty much we get the backstory to Gray, and we got a backstory to a lot of the characters in Black Clover. That's what makes you fall in love with them, because you can maybe sympathize with some of them and you feel bad for them, and it just makes you want to be their friend because all the stuff they went through. So today we got the backstory of Gray, and pretty much the backstory of Gray is when she was a kid, she was abused by her mother and she was bullied by her stepsisters. She was basically like Cinderella. If you guys know Cinderella, I'm pretty sure all of you do, but Gray was forced to do all of the chores, and she was treated less good than her sisters. She was treated way worse than her sisters. Like, she was abused and mistreated. And so her sisters pretty much bully her, calling her things like ugly and calling her an embarrassment and just all kind of hurtful things to her. And so Gray tries to use transformation magic to look exactly like them, and they do not like that. They start to basically, in my opinion, they felt threatened. They felt threatened because their sister that they picked on and bullied now looks better than them because she can use transformation magic. So they're like, you know what? Mother wanted us to be beautiful. So they have a superiority complex, and they pull out their grimoires for Gray, and they're about to attack her. So she's like, she has to run away. She's basically left with no other option, and she's really sad. Like, she's crying. She's like, I tried to learn this and I put effort into learning it so I could fit in and be like them, and they just still don't accept me. I'm a failure. She thinks she's a failure. She's mentally damaged now. So this is why she is the way she is. We see her in the beginning of the series, and she's a different person completely because she has transformation magic, so she can look like anyone. And in the beginning, we didn't know what her true, I like how they set this up. We didn't know what she truly looks like because her form was it looked like a guy, a big scary guy. That's pretty much what she looked like. And we didn't know what her true form was until way later in the series, whenever they went to the temple to get the magic stone, and she ran out of mana during that arc, and she was forced to show her true form, and that's the first time we seen her true form was during that arc. And she was super embarrassed for people to see her true form. She didn't want anybody to see it. But as we know now, she stays in her true form pretty much all of the time, because unlike her sisters, Gray always thought she was worthless because that's what her sisters would tell her, that she's ugly and worthless. So she always thought she was ugly and her face was an embarrassment. So she would keep it transformed. So she was super shy whenever it wasn't transformed, because she thought of herself as ugly. But once her mana ran out and they seen her, they did not act like her sisters. They were accepting of her and they loved her no matter what she looked like. And so now she stays in her true form. But back then, whenever she ran away from home, and some thieves were about to pretty much do some bad stuff to her. They were just about to put her through even more trauma. But then Gauche comes out of nowhere during the flashback. This is a flashback. The majority of this chapter is a flashback of her, and she's still transformed to look like one of the sisters. But Gauche saves her with his magic from the thieves, and pretty much that's why she has a connection to Gauche now, and that's why she's crying so hard throughout the whole chapter over Gauche, because he protected her, but she couldn't protect him, as we seen when Dante impaled him with the sword, pretty much. So Gauche, that causes Gray to have like a moment where she's like, I have to do this, like I have to save Gauche because he saved me. And she basically kind of has like a little crush on him now, because she even says that she wants Gauche to live on so he can look at her more. And that's kind of telling a lot, because she doesn't like people to look at her because of the bullying that her sister told her how she's ugly. So now she doesn't want people to look at her, but she trusts she trusts Gauche because he's so nice to her. Well, he's not really nice to her, but he protected her, you know what I mean? We all know that Gauche really only cares about his sister, and they're gonna have to at some point make Gauche pretty much get over, like, hey, you have to care about other people than your sister. So something's gonna happen in the future where he gets over that and he starts to care about other people, and he's probably gonna start to care about Gray. And this might be the moment where he changes. He's like, oh, someone else protected me. Maybe all humans are not bad. So she pretty much unlocks something, and it transforms the sword that is in Gauche, and it makes it go away pretty much. And she closes the wound. The wound closes. So now Gauche is gonna be alive now. Like, so now she pretty much saved him. So she returned the favor. And I think that's pretty cool how she returned the favor. And I think that's gonna help Gauche develop as a character too. I think that's gonna contribute to some of his character development. But also, somebody has to die at some point. I'm glad that Gauche is going to survive, but somebody's going to die at some point. I'm glad that Gauche, like I said, I'm glad that Gauche is alive, but because I wasn't ready for anyone to go yet. But at some point, to progress the story, someone's gonna have to go, like, because it's just the nature of this world that they live in. People die all the time, so it's gonna be really unrealistic to say that with all the battles they're going through that no one dies. But again, I'm glad that Gauche is alive, because I love him, and I want to see more of him. But like, somebody's gonna have to go, because they're fighting in extremely powerful characters. We see how strong Dante is. He basically can create meteors, and it's crazy. But speaking of Dante, he wants Gray and Vanessa, because he's seen Gray's magic and he sees Vanessa's magic, and he likes both of their magic. So pretty much he wants both of them, and that's where the chapter ends. But if you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.